Yo, what's up, big cats?
No! For reference, me and Fletcher just had a 5-minute long conversation about what the intro needed to sound like, and then he just did that. And we're keeping it. This is the podcast that we're doing. I'm Brooklyn Kaufman.
I'm Fletcher Newman.
Welcome back to the Run It Back podcast. It's been a hot minute.
A hot minute? Can you heat up time?
A cold minute. Actually, no, it's been a lukewarm minute.
A lukewarm minute. It's been a long spring break.
It's a very long spring break.
LOL.
We're back after many months.
Many months.
It's been since March.
It has
Kind
been
of.
since March.
And there's a new development. Cole isn't with us anymore.
Well, it's not very new. It's been around for like 6 months.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know that. The podcast listeners didn't know that, but the people who followed the Run It Back shorts, when we did like 3 of those.
They were bangers, though.
They were
If
good.
we're
They were
being
funny.
really honest, they were bangers.
If you want to watch the Run It Back shorts, you can watch them on Run It Back's Instagram. Wait, what is it? Run It Back _pod.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram to stay up to date with Run It Back.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, I feel pity for the fool does not follow us on Instagram. That's what it's supposed to go like.
He just isn't gonna
I
stop.
pity the fool
Stop!
that doesn't
Stop!
follow us on
Please
Instagram.
stop! Do you want to tell the Cole quitting story? Because I feel like you'll
We
tell
already
it.
told the Cole quitting story. I
Yeah.
barely remember the Cole quitting story.
Well, me and Cole were in an argument, kind of. Well, we weren't even in an argument. It was just the podcast wasn't sounding very good.
And Cole was like,
No. And I literally said, Cole, if you don't want to be here, you can just quit. And he said, okay, and then left the Google Meet. He just didn't record anymore after that. I was like, oh, okay. Me and Fletcher just looked at each other and were like, well, guess we don't have a podcast anymore. But now it's just me and Fletcher.
the A-team. Cole was just the backup. He just sat in the corner. Cole, I hope you're listening to this right now, so you heard me call you the backup. No, I'm just kidding.
Hopefully we'll have him as a guest this year.
I love you, Cole. I was kidding. You're not the backup.
It is Thursday,
'Tis Thursday, my dudes.
and it's Homecoming Thursday, which is a little bit interesting.
Homecoming Thursday doesn't exist. We should be playing on a Friday, but it's okay. Because Heritage doesn't even have their game anymore.
Well, I feel
so
like we
technically
could have played on Friday, and I don't know. I guess because they had 2 days' notice from Heritage not having their game.
Yeah, they're not going to move it with that. Because
Yeah.
they've already practiced.
Yeah.
I actually talked to Coach Wendell on Wednesday about how the Thursday game has affected their week so far and what kind of changes that brought to their practice. So be sure to go watch the coach's show to find his response to that question. Back to you, Brooklyn.
What was that voice?
That was my serious voice.
He got really into it. Anyway, if you haven't listened to Run It Back podcast before, this is the new 2020 edition with only me and Fletcher and whatever guests we decide, because Cole doesn't have a say anymore. We pretty much talk about sports and other things happening at MHS and things like that.
Yep.
And sometimes I go off on a tangent and talk about random stuff, and Fletcher makes me stop. And that's pretty much what Run It Back is.
Not always.
Do you want to run it back to football last week?
Football last week. We're starting with sports already.
Already.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my sports thin.
You're what?
Pull up my sports
Thin
thin.
thing?
Then. THEN is
Oh.
what I meant to say.
Thin.
Not thin.
That's sports.
I said
That
thin.
sports talk
You're
be really
supposed to say
skinny.
It's so dumb. Did you say thin? That sports talk must be real skinny then. What do we got? We got football.
We got football.
Where's football?
Do you want me to talk about football? Because I sure do got it.
Okay, you got it then.
We beat Forney last Friday
Yes, we did.
at Forney, right? Yeah,
At
it was Forney's
Forney.
homecoming.
At Citibank Stadium in Forney against the Forney Jackrabbits.
Yes. We beat them 49-13. It's great. I
Our
don't like
defense did
I don't
great
like
in
doing
the-
football. I'm stressed out. That was a great defensive game.
Our defense did great in the second half. We didn't allow any points. 40 only scored 13 in the first half. I talked to Coach Wendell on Wednesday about how their defense did and what he saw in the second half. So be sure to tune into the Coach's Show on Wednesday to find out what his answer was to that question. Back to you at the news desk.
Not at the news desk. I'm at the same desk as you, which apparently is now called the hot dog desk. according
That's
to the
definitely not what I call
corn
it.
dog. I'm sorry.
No, this entire office is called the corn dog. This is
Oh.
the corn dog room. This is the main desk.
We're
You're
coming at
the
you
visitor
live
seat.
from the corn dog.
This is my main microphone. Only I can touch this microphone, and then those three are the peasant microphones
Well,
that the peasants
really you
use when they
can
come
only
into
touch
my
that
home.
microphone because of COVID.
Well, yeah, but before COVID and after COVID
We're gonna run it back to cross country.
and all in between.
Friday our cross country teams competed in the last Friday, not this coming Friday because
It's
competed past tense.
Friday.
At Burleson for the elk run, and the boys finished second place overall. Caleb Bridgens is so good, like so good.
We should
All
get
of our
Caleb
runners
in.
are really good, but Caleb is like next level. Like, dude, I've never seen a dude so focused on one thing. Like, he just wants to run all the time, 24/7. That's it.
We should go get Caleb and have him talk about his running.
We should have organized that before we started recording.
Oh my gosh, it's Cole.
He's waving us down about something.
Oh no.
He's not coming in here.
Welcome to the podcast, Cole. How are you doing today?
I need this room.
Oh.
Okay, bye. Cole is now in the
Recharge
corn
ignition.
dog.
And Cole has exited the corn dog. Sweet.
Caleb Bridgens placed 10th, and they run this Friday in Waxahachie.
Yeah.
Speaking of cross country, now freaking everybody on the entire cross country team is in media. Actually, not really.
Not
There's like
really.
3. If Fletcher still ran cross country.
You know, I was too good at cross country as a freshman. I was
For somebody
Multiple
who was
first
in
place.
cross country for so long, Fletcher really hates running. Like, he likes it, but he didn't like the actual, like, meat part of it.
No, I have literal PTSD. Like, I'm pretty sure it could be diagnosable because we watched in English. It's from track and cross country. We watched in English the Unbroken. Dual credit English. We watched a clip from Unbroken, and it was a clip of him at the track at the Olympics. And he literally, it was a clip of them lining up on the starting line and his face like getting ready. And I like literally started sweating and got really, really nervous. And that's just like a movie clip of somebody else running. It's not even me running.
That's
And
me
I
with
find, like,
snakes, bro.
It's literally every time I even think about like getting on a starting line and getting ready to run, I start getting like shivering and get really nervous inside. And it's really, really weird. And the same thing happened for cross country.
That's how I feel about snakes. Like, I watched a video on Instagram about a snake, and it bit somebody's hand, and I literally, like, threw up. Landry had to take my phone and change it, because I couldn't even look at it. I was literally like, that's what it sounded like in my room watching the snake video.
Why did you watch a snake video if you knew
It just came up on my timeline, and I was like, oh, maybe this is one of those cute snakes that'll make me maybe like snakes. And I still can't even like the cute snakes that are, like, curled up in a little coil with their owner, and they, like, love their owner. I still can't. I literally, if there's a snake in this room, we're burning down the whole place, man.
Why did you describe it like that?
I
It's
can't.
a cute little snake. It's coiled up with its owner, just snuggling. Because snakes do that all the time. They just like to snuggle with the people that own them.
There are snuggly snakes. Why am I
There are
defending
no
them?
snuggly snakes. I am a snuggly snake.
Let's run it back to volleyball. You can take it.
Volleyball. So, volleyball
Volleyball.
started their district play last Friday against Red Oak, and they swept Red Oak in 3 straight sets. First one being 25-13, then 25-12, and then 25-15. Never even let them get within 10 points of the Panthers. JV and freshman also won against Red Oak. So a clean sweep across the program against Red Oak. Very, very good. Also, they played Arlington High School on Saturday. This was a much closer match, as they ended up going to 5 sets. Panthers taking the first one, 25-23. Arlington came back and flipped it, 23-25. They won the second set. Also won the third, 19-25, but then the Panthers came back in the fourth set, going over, 26-24. And then in the fifth set, the Panthers came out on top, 15-9. JV and freshmen also won for 2 games in a row as a full program sweep. Friday's volleyball game against Waco University was moved due to the circumstances to October 31st. Because Waco got the Rona. And they're out for 2 weeks. So, volleyball is doing extremely well this season. And will hopefully make a long playoff run. So that's good.
That's great. It's excellent.
That's absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, we're unable to do the radio volleyball games this year because
to do radio
of the circumstances.
Right now.
Well, yeah, but like volleyball specifically.
I was freaking looking forward to commentating a cross-country meet because that's what I thought I was going to do this year.
And Caleb's running.
Can you imagine?
He's got no one behind him.
Literally,
and he's still running.
No, but whenever we directed at the stadium, I was directing, and there was a screen there, and anytime Benji was on the board, I'd be like, Benji! And everybody was like, Brooklyn, we don't care! And I was like, I do!
Sound like a witch. Benji!
I'm getting ready for Halloween.
Home Halloween.
And that brings us into our next topic, homecoming. Fletcher, do you have a date?
No.
His date is his drums.
No.
That's who he's taking to the game.
I almost just made a really inappropriate joke.
You can't say that.
We can just cut it out.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, Fletcher doesn't have a date. I have a date. The same date I've had since 8th grade. So, nothing's new here.
Benji!
We need to have him on the podcast this year. I think we had him on there last year, but he barely talked.
Yeah, because it was Benji and Landry, and I didn't know Benji and Landry at all.
Yeah, and now Fletcher hangs
and
out
I was
with us
actually
on a
like nice to
weekly
Landry
basis.
too.
Yeah, Fletcher. So, okay, update on Fletcher's life.
No!
We're actually friends, and we hung out all summer.
No!
Stop, you can't. Sorry, Fletcher got offended and paused the entire podcast because I said we were friends.
Pause! Boop.
We hung out a few times, multiple times, once a week, over the summer with all of our friends.
Nobody cares though, so why are we talking about it?
People care.
No, people don't care.
My granny cares and she listens.
Hi, Granny. How are you doing today?
Hi, Granny.
I hope you're having a very wonderful day today. And I would love it if you could bring me some Chicken Express for lunch. If that's okay with you.
Basically, Fletcher only hangs out with me to hang out with my dog, though, is what we've established here. He
And the
likes
Mayor
Teddy.
Pro Tem.
And the Mayor Pro Tem, Justin Kaufman. An ongoing joke that I'll just fill in the listeners with is that Fletcher is obsessed with my dad.
Which is the Mayor Pro Tem.
Which is the Mayor Pro Tem.
If you don't know who the Mayor Pro Tem is.
It's, what does he say? It's the highest appointed position.
It is the highest appointed position.
Because he's
to
not...
any man.
He's on the city council.
He's not only on the city council, but what else is he on, Brooklyn?
What do you mean?
I was waiting for you to, like, say stuff, and I was going to be like, yes, he is on that. And then you were going to say something else. Yes, he is on that, too.
He's a lot of things. Anyway. That's Fletcher's cornhole buddy. I'm pretty sure if Fletcher would have asked him to homecoming, he would have gone. They're besties.
Oh, most definitely. I would have made him a mom.
You would have paid me to make him a mom. We're getting funnier and funnier.
I can imagine him showing up to the city hall just in this
wearing
giant
a
mum. And
He's
it's
like,
got
what
the
is
bells
it?
on it. And
My
it's just
daughter's
jingling.
friend needed a homecoming date, and we're best friends, so I'm his bro coming date. Whoa!
Whoa!
Fletcher just broke
Whoa!
the microphone.
Oh my gosh. That wasn't me.
How do you feel about masks wearing now?
It's so random.
Well, I was looking at
How
my
do you
mask.
feel about masks wearing?
Masks, wearing masks.
Wearing masks.
I just don't like the way that masks sounds like.
Masks. Come here.
I always feel like if I don't have my mask on, like at home or whatever, I'm like missing something on my face. Like, I'm like, something isn't there. It's not right. Also, I'm totally convinced that my nose is gonna have like some weird arch.
That's gonna be the defining trait of our generation. Is our noses are just gonna be
Kind of weird.
that, and our ears are gonna be pushed forward. They're gonna be like, oh, that's Generation Z.
X.
X.
Nice.
X-Men.
Wait, is it Gen X? No, we're Gen Z.
You're an idiot.
You're right.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'm just kidding. Cut that out. That was dumb.
I'm sorry.
Cut!
Cut.
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway. Oh, cut that out too. Cut!
We do have a new principal. That's another announcement. I mean,
Country of Spain.
what?
Hello, Panthers.
What do you What do you mean country of Spain?
That was our new principal. Miss Spain.
Oh my gosh. That was the most
Did that just like slip over your head?
it flew over my head. You
Like her
chucked that
name
thing
is
and
literally Miss Spain, and it just like completely just went past you that I said the country of Spain.
my favorite thing is you just stared at me. You didn't even explain it. You were like, what? I hope Miss Potter cuts out that long pause. But yeah, we miss Gary. We like Miss Spain, but we miss Gary.
I miss Gary very, very much. I wish we could have Gary back as a guest.
But we can't because of the Rona.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have Miss Spain as a guest, and that'll just be like her. Welcome to Midlothian High School. Now deal with these two people. They do podcasts once a week, and it's super awkward.
Just throw her into the corn dog and be like, "Hi, Miss Spain."
Throw her into the corn dog. That one flew over my head too. I feel like we're almost out of time, but I just wanted to say we need to think about who we want to have on the podcast next week, because I don't know if I trust us to do this, just us again.
We need a mediator.
If not, we have to pause the podcast and me and Fletcher yell at each other for a few seconds. Or we just need a chocolate cake. Last time that worked pretty well when me and Fletcher had to do a podcast by ourselves. The mediator was just a chocolate cake.
It doesn't even need to be a biological being. It just needs to be something like chocolate cake.
Or Chicken Express.
Or Chicken Express. That would also work very, very well.
I think we're just hangry when we record the podcast. But yeah, let's have a guest on next week. We'll see what we think of and then surprise y'all. Yeah? Yeah, Fletcher?
Yeah!
Yeah.
What an excellent idea.
Anyway, follow us on Instagram at runitback_pod. Pod. Follow us on Instagram at runitback_pod. Be sure to follow Midlow Media on Twitter for up-to-date news and clips. You can stay up.
That was straight off of the news.
I know, I've always said that. If you are able to make a sports event, you can still listen to it on Panther Radio. It just won't be me and Fletcher, unfortunately.
Rip.
But if
Cut,
you are...
cut. That was dumb. I don't want that.
If you are unable to attend a sports event, be sure to listen to it on Panther Radio. Me and Fletcher just won't be on it this year, unfortunately.
R.I.P.
And
Why did you shake your head at me?
Nothing.
You're supposed to be doing the outro, and you just shook your head at me.
If you do attend sports events or anywhere in public, be sure to follow all social distancing protocols so we can beat 2020 together. Beat the Rona. Yay! Gary, in conclusion, Gary, we miss you. Granny, we love you.
It's been nice. Hope you found your paradise.
Anyway, I'm Brooklyn Kaufman, here with Fletcher Newman. This was the Run It Back podcast. Any last words?
Corn Dog signing out. From the Corn Dog signing out.